Picture this. You walk out to your beautiful pepper plants only to find them infested. Don't panic. If you're seeing those tiny invaders right now, this guide is your emergency toolkit. We'll show you instant, effective solutions to stop pests in their tracks and save your harvest today. When you've invested weeks or months nurturing your pepper plants, discovering a pest invasion can feel devastating. But here's the truth that every seasoned gardener knows: with the right immediate action, you can turn the tide and save your precious plants. This isn't about prevention anymore, it's about launching an effective counterattack that protects your growing peppers and ensures you still get that bountiful harvest you've been dreaming of. Pepper panic, the urgent signs. The moment you step into your garden, your eyes should become detective tools, scanning for the telltale signs that unwelcome visitors have moved into your pepper paradise. Aphids are often the first culprits you'll encounter, appearing as tiny green, black, or white specks clustered on the undersides of leaves and along tender new growth. These soft-bodied insects might seem harmless individually, but they multiply with frightening speed, literally sucking the life from your plants while secreting a sticky honeydew that attracts ants and promotes sooty mold growth. Spider mites present a different but equally urgent threat, often going unnoticed until significant damage has occurred. Look for fine webbing on leaves, particularly in hot, dry conditions, and watch for stippled or bronzed foliage that appears almost dusty. These microscopic pests thrive in the heat that peppers love, making them particularly insidious during peak growing season. If you notice leaves beginning to yellow and drop prematurely, spider mites are likely establishing their colony. Hornworms represent perhaps the most dramatic and immediate threat to your pepper plants. These large, green caterpillars can strip entire branches of foliage overnight, and their excellent camouflage makes them masters of disguise until the damage becomes obvious. So, look for dark green or black droppings on leaves and soil, large irregular holes in foliage, and missing sections of stems or fruits. The clock truly is ticking when pests establish themselves on your pepper plants. In warm weather, aphid populations can double every few days, while spider mites can complete their life cycle in just 1 week under optimal conditions. A single hornworm can consume several leaves per day, and what starts as minor leaf damage can quickly escalate to complete defoliation. This is why daily garden patrols become absolutely critical during growing season. Catching an infestation in its early stages makes the difference between a minor intervention and a major rescue operation. First strike. Immediate natural remedies. When you discover pests on your pepper plants, your first line of defense should be treatments you can implement immediately with items you likely already have at home. The dish soap spray represents one of the most accessible and effective emergency responses available to any gardener. Mix 1 tablespoon of mild liquid dish soap. Just be sure to avoid antibacterial varieties, or those with added moisturizers, with 1 quart of water in a spray bottle. This simple solution works by coating soft-bodied insects like aphids and spider mites, disrupting their ability to breathe and feed while being completely safe for your plants and family. Apply your soap spray thoroughly, making sure you reach the undersides of leaves where many pests prefer to hide. The key to success here really lies in complete coverage. Pests that avoid direct contact with the solution will simply re-establish their colonies within days. Spray during the cooler parts of the day, either early morning or evening, to prevent leaf burn and, make sure you get the most effective results. You should actually see results within just a few hours, with many pests dropping off or looking visibly distressed. Neem oil offers another powerful immediate response that combines both contact-killing action and systemic protection. This natural extract from the neem tree disrupts pest feeding and reproduction, while still remaining safe for beneficial insects when you apply it correctly. Mix 2 tablespoons of pure neem oil with 1 teaspoon of mild liquid soap and 1 quart of water, and make sure to shake it thoroughly before each application. Unlike simple soap sprays, neem oil continues working for several days after application, providing ongoing protection as your plants recover from the initial attack. Never underestimate the power of a strong water spray as your most immediate intervention. When you discover pests, grab your garden hose and blast affected plants with a forceful stream of water, paying particular attention to leaf undersides and growing tips. This physical removal method works exceptionally well for aphids, and can significantly reduce spider mite populations while buying you time to implement additional treatments. Many dislodged pests cannot find their way back to the plant, and this simple action often prevents small problems from becoming major infestations. So, once you've implemented those immediate interventions, it's time to deploy more sophisticated organic weapons that provide longer-lasting control and protection. Diatomaceous earth, for example, represents a really powerful tool against crawling insects, working through physical rather than chemical action. This powdery substance, made from fossilized marine organisms, contains these microscopic sharp edges that actually damage the exoskeletons of insects like aphids and caterpillars as they move across treated surfaces. You'll want to apply food-grade diatomaceous earth using a fine duster or just by hand, creating a light coating around the base of your plants and on lower foliage where, a lot of pests tend to travel. So, the key to effectiveness really lies in keeping the powder dry. Be sure to reapply after rain or heavy watering. Now, while diatomaceous earth works a bit slowly compared to sprays, it provides ongoing protection and won't harm beneficial insects that don't crawl through treated areas. Introducing beneficial insects, well, it represents perhaps the most elegant solution to pest problems. It turns your garden into a balanced ecosystem where natural predators keep harmful insects in check. Ladybugs, for instance, are voracious aphid consumers. A single adult can eat up to 50 aphids per day, and their larvae are even more efficient predators. Lacewings, on the other hand, target a broader range of pests, including spider mites, aphids, and small caterpillars. This makes them invaluable allies in your defense strategy. So, you'll want to release beneficial insects during the cooler parts of the day, when they're less likely to immediately fly away. And, make sure there's enough moisture and shelter around to really encourage them to settle in and make your garden their new home. It's important to avoid applying any sprays, even organic ones, for several days before and after you release beneficial insects. That way, you can really maximize the survival of your beneficial insect allies. Yellow sticky traps actually serve both monitoring and control functions, helping you track flying pest populations while, capturing significant numbers of aphids, whiteflies, and other airborne invaders. Place traps at plant height throughout your pepper patch, positioning them to catch pests as they move between plants or arrive from neighboring areas. Check traps regularly to monitor pest pressure and replace them when they become completely covered or lose their stickiness. While immediate pest control saves your current harvest, building long-term plant resilience ensures fewer emergency interventions in the future. Companion planting creates a natural pest deterrent system that works continuously throughout the growing season. Marigolds planted near peppers release compounds that repel aphids, whiteflies, and nematodes, while their bright flowers attract beneficial insects that provide ongoing pest control services. Basil planted alongside peppers not only provides culinary benefits but also repels aphids, spider mites, and hornworms through its natural essential oils. The aromatic herbs create a protective barrier around your pepper plants while improving overall garden biodiversity. Plant these companions close enough to provide protection but with adequate spacing to prevent competition for nutrients and water. Healthy plants naturally resist pest attacks more effectively than stressed ones, making proper cultural practices your most important long-term defense strategy. Consistent deep watering encourages strong root development and reduces plant stress that makes peppers more attractive to pests. Avoid overhead watering, which can promote fungal diseases and create humid conditions that favor spider mite development. Balanced fertilization builds plant vigor without creating the tender, nitrogen-rich growth that many pests prefer. Over-fertilizing with nitrogen creates lush foliage that attracts aphids and other sucking insects, while under-fertilized plants lack the energy to recover from pest damage. Regular soil testing and appropriate organic amendments create the foundation for naturally pest-resistant pepper plants. Establishing regular garden patrol routines transforms pest management from reactive crisis response to proactive prevention. Spend a few minutes each morning examining your plants, looking for early warning signs before problems become established. This daily connection with your garden really lets you spot both the beneficial insects and the harmful ones, and it helps you get a sense of the natural balance that's developing in your growing space. Save your harvest. The outcome can honestly be pretty amazing. The transformation you see with immediate effective pest management can be dramatic and, well, deeply rewarding. Plants that looked totally doomed just a few days ago can actually recover completely and then go on to produce those abundant harvests that felt impossible during the worst of the infestation. The key really is acting quickly with the right mix of immediate interventions and ongoing protection strategies. Your rescued pepper plants will not only survive but often become more productive than before, since proper pest management usually improves overall plant health and vigor. The fruits you harvest from plants you've successfully defended against pest attacks, well, they taste even sweeter, knowing that your knowledge and quick action actually saved them from destruction. This pest defense journey honestly transforms you from a passive observer just hoping for the best into an active garden guardian, capable of protecting your investment and making sure you get consistent harvests. Every successful intervention builds your confidence and expertise, creating a foundation of practical knowledge that serves you throughout your gardening journey. The strategies outlined in this guide represent battle-tested methods that have saved countless pepper harvests from destruction. But, knowledge only becomes power when put into action. Take these techniques into your garden today, implement them with confidence, and watch as your pepper plants recover and thrive despite pest pressure. Don't let this valuable information stop with you. Share these life-saving techniques with fellow gardeners in your community and online networks. And hey, subscribe to Smart Garden for more emergency gardening solutions and practical growing wisdom that turns garden challenges into triumphs. Your pepper plants are counting on you, and with these tools you're ready to answer their call for help.